Look around you. Not at the buildings or the cars, but at the faces. Most men you see today are ghosts. They wake up to an alarm they resent. They commute to a cubicle or a job site they tolerate. They spend 8 hours trading their life force for a paycheck that barely covers the cost of their distractions. And when the sun goes down, they numbing themselves with a screen, a bottle, or a scroll, just to repeat it all tomorrow. They aren't living, they are drifting. You know this feeling. It's that quiet, hollow ache at 2 a.m. when the house is silent. The feeling that you were meant for a massive mission, but you've spent the last 10 years just getting by. You have the skills, you have the heart, but you have no compass. Why? Why do 99% of men have no direction? It's not because they are lazy. It's because they have been taught to be reactive instead of architectural. They are waiting for purpose to strike them like lightning, not realizing that purpose is something you build, brick by painful brick. In this transmission, we aren't talking about motivation. Motivation is a lie. We are talking about direction. We are going to deconstruct the 3 traps that keep men lost, and I will give you the Stoic Blueprint to find your North Star. If you are tired of being a leaf in the wind, stay. The drift ends here. Trap 1. The myth of the golden moment. The first reason 99% of men stay lost is they are waiting for a calling. They think that one day, the clouds will part, a voice will speak, and they will suddenly know exactly what to do with their lives. Stoicism teaches us the opposite. Purpose is found in the doing, not the dreaming. When you wait for a golden moment, you give away your power to fate. You become a spectator in your own life. Marcus Aurelius didn't want to be an emperor. He wanted to be a philosopher, but his duty was to lead Rome. He found his purpose not in his preference, but in his responsibility. The shift. Stop asking, what do I want to do? And start asking what needs to be done that only I can do. Purpose is the intersection of your unique skills and the world's deep need. If you are an accountant, be the most disciplined financial architect in the room. If you are a father, be the fortress your children need. Purpose is a choice, not a discovery. Trap 2. The noise of the digital herd. We live in the loudest era in human history. Every minute, 1,000 voices are telling you who to be. Buy this to be happy. Look like this to be respected. Post this to be valued. When your internal volume is lower than the external noise, you lose your direction. You start chasing their goals. You start building their kingdom. You become an extra in someone else's movie. The Stoic shield. Seneca said, "The man who is everywhere is nowhere." To find direction, you must first find silence. You need to ruthlessly cut the inputs, delete the distractions. Sit in a dark room for 30 minutes with nothing but a pen and a piece of paper. If you cannot endure your own company, you will never lead others. Trap 3. The fear of the first cut. Direction requires decision, and the word decision comes from the Latin decidere, which means to cut off. To have a direction, you must choose one path and kill 1,000 others. This terrifies most men. They want to keep their options open. They want to be everything to everyone. But a man who tries to walk every path ends up standing still. 99% of men stay lost because they are afraid to say no to the good, so they can say yes to the great. The architecture. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to let opportunities pass you by if they aren't aligned with your mission. A man of purpose is a man who has mastered the art of subtraction. So, how do you build it? How do you become the 1%? You build on these 4 pillars. 1. The pillar of duty. What is your immediate responsibility? Your father, your kids, your health. If you cannot manage the small kingdom of your home, you have no right to dream of an empire. 2. The pillar of skill. Master something. Be so good at your craft that the world cannot ignore you. Competence is the foundation of confidence. 3. The pillar of silence. Guard your morning. No phone, no news, just your thoughts and your plan. 4. The pillar of stoic resolve. Accept that the path will be hard. Expect the rain. When the storm comes, the man of purpose doesn't ask why me. He says, watch me. You are not getting young. Time is not your friend, but it is your most honest teacher. You have a choice today. You can go back to the drift. You can go back to the ghost life. Or you can decide that today is the day the architecture begins. You don't need a miracle. You need a plan. You need a code. If you are ready to stop drifting and start building, type direction in the comments. Let it be the first mark on your new map. Subscribe if you are ready to be the 1%. Disappear, build, reign. Stay sharp.